Friends, hello and welcome back. Hopefully everyone is having a lovely day. So we are talking X Factors today. The second year we have seen X Factors in this game. And once again, the question is going to come across, should you buy X Factors off the auction house? Now, doing them in sets, earning them the untradeable away, completely different story. Might as well go after them if they're free, right? But as far as buying them off the auction house, is it worth it? Now, again, it is your choice to do whatever you please with your coins. You want to buy them off the auction house? Buy them off the auction house. But we're going to give our own personal opinion here. First of all, I love the blue dye. I still love it. I'm in love with the blue, the blue glow of the cards. I was trying to think of the word to call it there. I like it. But we're looking at these players and they're just, like Ovi 600K, Crosby 6. That's probably the same person that owns both of them by the looks of it. Good for him. 290 for Victor Hedman. Dylan Larkin 225. Panarin's 150. That ain't a bad price there for Panarin. Vasilevsky 178. So really, I mean, you can justify buying some of these guys if you really want to. I mean, it's out there. Pasternak's 99K these days. What in the heck happened there to Pasternak? But here's the thing for me. Is there going to be upgrades from their price, like an evolution card you used to have back in the day? No, there really isn't. There wasn't last year, and we're seeing it already with Pasternak, and that is what makes these things worth investing in. Pasternak already has a +4 to his base card, and he's still only a 99K. It has not affected his price at all. If you remember back in the day, if you guys are new to the game, there used to be cards that came out where they'd be like I guess it was last year was with goal scoring. But there used to be cards that come out with that their highest overall card would be the rating of that card. So if EA came out with like a Pasternak that's an 88, he'd always have his highest rated card. So when he's got an upgrade, his card would go up. His value would go up. But we're not seeing that with X Factors these days. Because again, you still have to pay so much to upgrade them. And I think that's what's really important here to be noting is you're going to be paying, again, for Pasternak, 2 power up, 2 power up, 2 power up, 2 power. And he's only getting you an 88 overall at that point. It costs a lot to get players upgraded with power-up collectibles. Knowing, again, if you're new to the game, keep that in mind. I think this year, it's a different strategy for me personally. First of all, I was never a fan of buying them off the auction house. I don't like the idea because I think they constantly devalue. And again, I just don't think there's value in it because you have to pay so much to upgrade them regardless. It's almost like the price to get to that overall is baked into the card. And then you have to pay more on top of that. Because just like base Patrick Kane or base what's his face, McDavid, you had to put the base in or 65,000 coins, and anytime you want an upgrade, you pay another 50, 100K, whatever it is, in collectibles, and that is really the basis of upgrades in this game. Is somebody gets an upgrade, you really don't want to pay more than 50K or 100K from his card that was his previous card, and you're going to end up doing that anyway with all these the X Factor stuff for the collectibles, and down the road you're going to realize 86 Kane right now might cost 65,000 coins more than his 84, but 90 Patrick Kane might also end up only costing 65K more than his 84 in 2 or 3 months. So really you're not making any headway there by putting all of these collectibles and stuff in it, and then you lose half the collectibles when you go ahead and undo that if you want to sell the player or whatever. So it's not like you can just sell the player outright. You're going to have to undo it all and lose half of the value that you put into the card. So personally, I don't like it. I don't like it for that reason. And the other reason is, again, just to remember, just giving out personal tips. Do as you will with your team. But the thing that I did last year with X Factors, I got really X Factor happy. And I think my ulti was X Factors. And it got to a point where the entire game was all about needing power-up collectibles for my entire team. And it quickly drained me from wanting to go ahead and grind for those players and stuff. It's like, I like having a little diversity. You kind of tie your hands together when you buy 10, 15 X Factors. You're like, all right, well, I got these guys. I put the coins into it. Now I got to invest in them. I'm not going to look anywhere else in the auction house, the market, because I'm going to put all my, assets towards these players. And it costs so much to upgrade them. So personally, what I want to do this year, I want to really try it at the 3 to 5 range as far as X Factors are concerned. Find some X Factors I really like, 3 to 5 range. And it's really important this year because, again, we have the reroll choice set. 1 of 3. If you have 3 X Factors you don't like, you can reroll them and you have the chance to get, again, a player you may like. I think what's also important here is we're talking about if you should buy them off the auction house. And 50 gold players. It costs 50 gold players. You can get them for this collection for real. You're watching the market and you're spamming it. You can complete this collection for 35K. $35K for a 1 of 3 choice X Factor player pack, which is virtually cheaper than almost all of them on the auction house right now. So that is the way I would be going about it. I'd be doing the untradeable player choice set. I know, again, it's untradeable. It makes it tough. But they added the set this year that allows you to re-roll those. So you're not completely hurting yourself from that exact perspective. So I like the idea. And that is, again, another reason why I don't like buying them. There's so many other ways to earn X Factors in this game. You have the same thing with the power-up icons. Every time there's a featured set out, you're going to have those deals where you want to put your collectibles and stuff to it as well. So I just don't think there's going to be a lot of, as far as X Factors, especially from an investing standpoint, making coin standpoint, I just don't see there's a lot of value in them. If you want to buy them to have them, sure. I would expect their prices to continuously go down throughout the year and not be something that, you know, shoots up and is considered a good investment. Like, oh, these guys are, I can get a Pasternak for 100K now. He might be 200K later. I don't see that happening. Pasternak might be an X. I hate to say that Pasternak. I don't know why he's only 100K right now. That seems really cheap. Now, I grant that his overall is a little lower this year. That seems really cheap. But again, that's just kind of showing the flavor of somebody 59-minute mark and bought that real quick. It was really cheap. Okay, fair enough. Somebody bought and put it right back up for trying to make a nice 20K there. Fair enough. Still 115K is 115K. A little pricey. Again, you're talking 115K. Let's price it out real quick. 115K, 125K. Base Pasternak or 40K base Pasternak for cheaper, so like 145K. 2 power collectibles, 185K. 190, 225K. You're talking 265K for an 89 passing. It's just not worth that much. I don't think. Like, okay, we'll watch what we're saying here. It is early, really early in the year. And this is, again, it's a basis for the entire year, I think. And it's early to consider, like, oh, maybe they're worth it for a day or two or a month at most. But quickly, I think you see them go down. Pasternak is, he's 150K. Exactly. My point exactly. You pay way more for the X Factor to get to the 88 than just buying the card and selling it down the road. Which usually we aren't the biggest promoters of, but I really like that this year. Just buy the card you want outright. If it's that important, then you can always sell him and lose the 25, 30, 40K selling him. And it's still going to be less than you lose with the X Factor buying him. So that's our thoughts. We're avoiding buying X Factors at the auction house. We'll complete a couple of them, see if we can find some guys to fill the team out for some fun. But really, I'm not going to go diving deep in the X Factors because I don't want to get caught in that hole of having to upgrade everybody. So love your guys' thoughts. As always, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.